don't be scared. It's okay to be nervous. That's fine, but please don't be scared. It's just an interview. I'm not going to say if, because I'm sure you're amazing. Most of the time we're just in our head about things. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Michelle is my name. If it's your first time here, hi, where have you been? Welcome. Today I'm going to be answering all of your Emirates questions because my DMs cannot take it anymore. So I just have to get into, the really small detail of what it's like to interview, to live, to join, to fly, all of your questions, okay? All of them, basically. I am going to go one by one and hopefully answer to your satisfaction or to what you need, because it's just a ton. So let me just pull them up here because I asked a question on Instagram and you guys let me know what things you wanted answered. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, my handle is @MichelleMyName. Usually I kind of do the question tags there because it's easier and simpler to just respond as opposed to filming a whole YouTube video. But yeah, let me get into the questions. I'll first start with the questions that I got on YouTube because I have a couple of those as well under my last Emirates video. Okay, so okay, this one says, good afternoon. I've been following your videos online and I love the content. I really have the passion to become a cabin crew at Emirates. Please, how do I go about it? Hopefully I'll be able to answer with the other questions. This one says, okay, hold on. Is it possible to do a video format on CV and resume, what it should look like? Let me come back to you on that. If I'm able to do that, I'll do a separate video, like a completely separate video talking about that. This one says, must I know how to swim to become a cabin crew? No, not entirely, because when you are trained, when you go through ditching, which is what the training for kind of swimming is, you are given a life vest and which helps you float, ideally. So it would be good to know a backstroke, but I don't think that disqualifies you from swimming. There are a lot of crew who are actually terrified of swimming. A lot of crew I've seen who are not good swimmers. Some of them join with being not swimmers at all, so it doesn't disqualify you, basically. That's the answer. This one says, good evening from Kenya. I tried to apply for Emirates cabin crew position in July, but I was never selected. Kindly give me some tips. Hopefully, again, Rayon, your questions will be answered in the course of this video. This one says, how can I join? Again, hopefully you'll be answered in the course of this video. Okay, this one says, hi, I would like to sign up for Emirates next month, but I'm afraid of the scars on my lips and neck. Do they take into account, I think what she meant was, do they matter? Can they leave you out if you have scars on your lip and neck? Well, okay, so this is a tricky one because your lips and your neck are visible. So it depends on what your scar is, I suppose. I know usually scars are not really something that they say no to, but it depends on what kind of scar it is, what it looks like. And again, like we said, where it is, which yours is on your lip and your neck. So I don't want to say no, it doesn't count. I'm just going to leave it at, it really does depend on, what it looks like. Overall, right? Don't be afraid to still apply. Don't be afraid to still go. You'd rather try and have them say no than, just kind of disqualify yourself before you even step into the interview. Okay, so don't give up. Just try. It could be cute. They could love it because it kind of sets you apart. So, okay, so how long does it take to hear from them once you've uploaded your CV online? This is how I'm going to answer this question. It always depends on how quickly they need people to join. So the business needs how much they need crew. It's not a thing of it's the same timeline for everyone. It never has been. So once you apply, once you upload your resume, they might take a while to respond, or they might, be quick, depending on what they need. So your status could change from what is it? Oh, I forgot what the status is. Oh, I think the first one is accepted or submitted or something like that, and then approved, and then waiting, joining formality, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, it really just depends on them and what they need. There's no fixed timeline. This one says, "Hi Michelle, is it possible to do a video on your experience living in Dubai separate from the airline?" Okay. I will try. Although I feel like I've done a video already, an expat video, talking about how to live, how my experience was moving to Dubai and everything. So maybe you want to check that out. However, if I do have the grace to do another video, I definitely will. Okay. Hello, good morning. Please, can you help me because I am... Okay, I don't know what, because I don't know what they meant to say. I guess I have an assessment in Emirates. Please, can you do a video for me? I'm very nervous and scared. Please, I need your help. Oh, this just breaks my heart. Don't be scared. It's okay to be nervous. That's fine. But please don't be scared. It's just an interview. I'm not going to say if, because I'm sure you're amazing. Most of the time, we're just in our head about things. How you present yourself will most of the time determine how people take you. All right, so present yourself well. If you're prepared, look the part, do your research with whatever that you need to do in terms of the questions that they ask and all of those things. And don't be nervous, just be confident. One thing that I do when I feel nervous is I pace myself. So when I'm talking, because usually I talk really fast. So when I'm talking, I tend to speak like this, slightly slower, slightly more, giving more eye contact and smiling, that kind of makes the other person relax and almost catches them off guard and, disarms them. When you do that, when you speak that way, when you smile, when you look confident, even when you don't feel confident, just fake it. Really, honestly, just fake it. Just appear confident, even though inside you're like dying. Just don't look like you are. All right. Please don't be scared. You'll do fine. I'm sure you did great. You probably went already because this was probably a month, like a month and a half ago. I'm sure you did great. Regina. That was Regina, I think. Okay. Next question. Let me see. Okay. I just wanted to ask, as someone who is trying to apply for cabin crew, what would be the greatest advice to give to a Black 20-year-old woman? Do you think I stand a chance? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Of course you stand a chance. Because you're Black or because you're 20 is what makes you nervous? You're fine. Yes, of course you stand a chance. Whatever nationality you're from, whatever skin color you are, or tone, you do stand a chance. So be encouraged. She also says, I don't necessarily have a perfect set of teeth. Girl, have you heard me speaking about my teeth? The front part of my teeth? No, you're fine. You're fine. You don't have to have a perfect set of teeth. How many people have that anyway? That are actually real? Not too many. I think sometimes we put way too much pressure on ourselves and make things into something that they're actually not. So, all right. I think, is that all the YouTube questions? I know there are a couple of them, but I had already answered in the comment section. So I was like, I'm not going to answer them again. Let me see. There's an Instagram question. No, a Facebook question here. It says, do you feel like they were a fair employer to you? Wow, we've already deep dived into my experience. Do I feel like Emirates was a fair employer? I mean, I want to say no, but it's not a no. Does that make sense? Like it's a no, but let me say this. I feel like in some areas they were fair, but I feel like in most they were not. Let me just leave it at that, because you need to watch my other video, why I left Emirates, to be able to get, my context of saying yes and no at the same time. All right. Let me see. What else do we have here? Okay, I think Facebook and YouTube questions. Okay. Here's another YouTube question. Thank you for your video. I need to ask, I wear glasses, but I'm gonna choose a picture where I don't, because if I get recruited, I will wear lenses. Is that okay? If I go wearing my glasses? Yeah, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. If you wear your glasses, if you do lenses, totally fine. It really doesn't disqualify you or whatever. Okay, next question. I think I'm done. I want to say I'm done with Facebook and YouTube. Okay, I'm just going to go straight to Instagram, whether I'm done or not. Okay, here's one. So Instagram, okay? Because Instagram had a ton. All right. How long does it take for them to get back to you after you apply? Like I said, it always depends on how soon they need you. Does Emirates have an agency in Kenya which I can go to directly for an interview? No. Emirates comes themselves. They send recruiters themselves. They don't have an agency. So if anyone tells you that they're an agency or asks you to pay, that is not true. They come personally to you. So yeah. Does Emirates have open days in Kenya or walk-ins? Emirates, I believe they don't unless they announce. When I had an assessment, because mine was done in Kenya, it was actually an assessment by invitation only. It was not an open day, although when other people showed up, they were allowed to have an open day, so to speak. So first of all, they named the rest of us who were invited, and then the other people who were there kind of were let in to come and give out their resumes and stuff like that, even though they didn't have an invitation. So open day, no, I've never seen that. But an assessment could end up becoming an open day. So if you hear that there is an assessment by invitation in Kenya, please show up. Just show up and go, and if they say no, that's the worst they can do, is say no. But at least you showed up, right? What are the questions they ask at the interviews and tips? Questions they ask at the interviews will vary. Usually they'll give you like scenarios of situations, customer service related, that when they want to see how you would handle it, or like something with a colleague, see how you basically speak, interact, your confidence level, your customer service language. These are the things that they look for. Obviously, they're looking for your grooming, how you look, which, by the way, reminds me, I have filmed this look to show you guys how to do your makeup when you're going for an interview, or how Emirates flight attendants do their makeup, something that works for work and something that you can go with for the interview. So check out that video. Maybe it's gone up, maybe it will go after this, but please do subscribe so you can be notified. Please do subscribe so you can be notified and you can check that out. But yeah, you want to make sure that your grooming is top notch. Your hair looks good, your suit looks good, your makeup looks good. It doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to look absolutely amazing, flawless, and well put together. Things like your nails, your toenails, I think they pay attention to stuff like that, although I'm not sure that they're that picky. But just for the sake of, alleviating anything that could take away from your chances of getting into Emirates, make sure you're perfection, okay? I know perfection doesn't exist, but make sure you're perfection on that day. All right, okay. Next question. Which diseases do they check when they send you to have a test? I have no clue. They don't disclose this to you, so I wouldn't know. You know, rumors float around about things that they look for and don't look for. I don't know how true they are, so I'm not going to repeat them here. I'll just say I don't know. What was your experience during all of the stages of the interviewing process? So my interview, like I said, was that it was one day, everything, and then the second day was the final assessment. To me, because I had been crew already for 8 years before that, I was fine. I was nervous, but I was confident because I kind of knew what I was going in to say. I didn't know what to expect because I had not entirely been through a whole interview with a Gulf airline. I had been to an Etihad interview where I went through the stage where they check your height and I think your weight, and I think I did an English test, but I didn't go past that stage. So with Emirates, I was nervous because I didn't know what to expect entirely, but the group session for me was amazing. It was easy. The question where I think I had to handle a customer complaint with a recruiter was amazing as well. Like I said, customer service language, know your mays instead of your cans. May I do this, not can I do this. Know how to apologize and not promise on behalf of the company. Those are small things that customer service languages. Always apologize, but don't make it your fault. So say you're sorry, but don't make it look like it's your fault. Do you know what I mean? Like empathize, but don't put any responsibility on yourself. Ask open questions. How to give eye contact, actively listen. So when a customer is talking to you, you're going like this, you're listening to what they're telling you. You say, things like, I understand where you're coming from. I can appreciate that this is very frustrating, stuff like that. So yeah, make sure you kind of polish up on those things. All right. What was your experience? I answered that. Okay. So I think that's the end of that question. Thank you, Hilda. There were so many of those. All right, okay. Let me now go into the others. Must I have done a course, a cabin crew course? No, you don't have to. Every airline is very specific. They will always take you through a training. So these schools are not really necessary. The flight attendant, the cabin services are different. The services are different with every airline. The way they train you depending on your rating. So are you on 380? Are you on 777? Are you on the Embraer? Are you, it's just different. Okay, so it could be a Boeing, it could be an Airbus. So really, you don't have to go to school. Your airline will always give you a specific rating kind of training. Okay. So my status is still under review for almost 4 months. I know. Listen, when I applied for Emirates, I didn't get any activity for a while. In fact, I forgot, right? I completely just moved on. And then after a while, I received an invitation. And then it took almost a year for them to come because it was an invitation that was meant to happen in 2 weeks. And then they said, there was something going on in my country and they were unable to come. And after that, I completely forgot because it took them almost a year to come back, maybe 8 months, I don't know. So please be patient. Let me just tell you, just move on with your life and hope that they will respond. That's what I did. I was just like, you know what? It's fine. I completely forgot about Emirates up until when they reached out to me the second time. But it took a while for my status to even change to under review. So it does most of the time take a lot of time unless they need you now. Okay. All right. So the next question is, my friend got my friend got it. I don't know what's it, since he took a bit visa to Dubai It was before the new rules and he got the job. Okay, I don't know what this person was trying to say. I think they were telling me that their friend got the job because they got a visa to Dubai before the new rules. So apparently their new rules. Okay, so that wasn't a question. All right. So the next question is it true that Emirates gives priority to those in Dubai? I applied for cabin services assistant. I don't think that is true. I think that it is easier for people in Dubai to attend open days and assessment days because they're already in Dubai. But I don't think that it's a preference that Emirates has. I think it's just easier because sometimes if they're not flying to your country and you're there, you could go for an open day. If you hear of an open day, you could just show up. And there's access to like Emirates career offices. So I don't think it's a preference that they have. This one asks, to apply for the job, how do I apply for the job? Do I do it on the website? Otherwise, I'm sending love and light to you. Sending love and light back. Yes, it's on the website, Emirates Careers.info. I don't know. But it is on the website. If I find the email, I will put it on the screen, but most likely I will not. So let me not lie. It is on the website. Okay. I would like to know, where in Dubai would you recommend one to take pictures? There's so many places to take pictures in Dubai. You mean pictures for the interview, right? For the resume, for the application. There's so many places. When you just go to any place, any good place, right? Any good place, and say you want to take a picture and apply for Emirates. They know the parameters that you need, like the background, and you need a bust picture and you need a full length. They know all of this. So just go to any place that looks decent. That's all I'm going to say, because I honestly didn't take my pictures in Dubai. I took them in Kenya, so I wouldn't know where to send you in Dubai, but most of the places know, because a lot of people apply from Dubai. Okay, let me find the next. So now I'm going to go to this video that I saved, which had the questions. Okie dokie, where you at? Okay. All right, so this one says, how long does it take? I'm assuming how long does it take before they employ you? I've answered that question. Can a cabin crew become a pilot? Absolutely, of course. When I joined Kenya Airways, I actually wanted to be a pilot, and people would laugh at me. People would laugh at me in my class because I think the first week I said, listen, you guys, I'm going to be a first officer soon. It is expensive to go to flying school, but you absolutely can move from being a cabin crew to a pilot. I've seen so many do it before, so yes, it's possible. How much does aviation school cost? I don't know. It depends on where you go. There's South Africa, there's Amsterdam. I don't really know the details, I'm not gonna lie, but it's expensive, but expensive is relative, right? So it just depends on who you're talking to. How much does Emirates pay cabin crew? I forgot. I think it's 4,500 dirhams basic, I want to say. I'll try and look for it and look for my older payslip and put it on this screen, at least the amount, not the payslip. But it was about 4,000, I want to say 4,500 for the basic, and then you have flying hours, and then you have house allowance if you live out, which is what I did. House allowance to live out is about 4,000 something as well. And then your flying hours could come up to, depending on what, just how many hours you fly, come up to 3,000, 4,000 as well. So overall, I think it was about, I want to say 12,000 dirhams. Let me say conservatively, I'm going to leave it at 10,000 to 11,000 dirhams for the people who live outside. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at 10 to 12,000. Yeah, it could be more depending on how much you fly. It could always be more. Okay, can a Nigerian apply to be an air hostess? Yes, any nationality can apply. I have had these questions before about Nigerians and whether they are considered ideal because of, I don't know, I guess because people tend to think that they're aggressive. We have crew who are Nigerians, and I don't think they're aggressive. I think people just have different cultures, and sometimes you could understand people differently. But yes, you can apply if you're Nigerian. Please, relax. So for them to invite you, basically, I think your resume speaks for itself and your pictures give you an added advantage. So those are things that you need to really pay attention to. How your picture looks. Let it be absolutely immaculate. Let it be something that no one can say no to. I'm sorry, I bumped into my mic. So let it be absolutely immaculate. Let your resume be nice and clean. I'm not sure if they're very picky with resumes, but just to be safe, right? Do you work in premium economy class cabin? I don't work for Emirates anymore, unfortunately, but when I left, I was still in economy. Again, unfortunately, I had been in economy for a while because I had sicknesses, and if you have sick days, sometimes they do, more often than not, they delay your upgrade. So no, I did work in premium economy. No, premium economy. Oh, there's no premium economy. It's just economy, right? So your service class could be economy or premium cabins. So first class or business, right? Those are the premium ones. So I did work actually I worked in first and in business. In business a couple of times because I was pulled out and I had to help. And then in first, I think once, but the rest of the times I was in economy. Okay, I often hear the fatigue you experience working as cabin crew. Okay, so I think she hears of the fatigue. Can you elaborate on the things? Flying in general really exhausts you just because cabin pressure, breathing recycled air, flying across different time zones, not getting enough sleep because most of the time your body clock is confused, and the workload itself is exhausting. Being cabin crew is not a small feat, right? It is work. You do have to collect blankets. You do have to give out food, collect trays, and that takes a toll on your body. So you do get fatigued. Exercise helps. Sleeping well helps, although sometimes you don't really have the luxury to sleep well. So, I don't know what else you needed in terms of elaboration, but that's what I can say. What is the makeup requirement? I don't know what that means exactly, but I hope that the next video will help you talking about the makeup. All right, I applied in June for cabin crew position, but I was not picked. Kindly help me on my CV. Miss Wahito, I really do hope that I get a chance to do a resume video. I'm not an expert when it comes to that, so I'm not sure I'm the best person to ask, but there's so many resources online on how to write your resume, I was saying that there are so many resources online that will tell you how to do a format for your CV. I'm not the best person to answer, so I will not say anything at the moment. Let me just leave it at that, if that's okay. All right, next question is, hello, Michelle. I have a tattoo on my upper arm. Can I hide it with makeup? Well, if the tattoo is on this level up, because your blouse kind of gets to this point, then it will be concealed by your blouse. But if it's anywhere below that, then you'll definitely have to cover up with makeup. But then I'm just wondering, how long will you do that covering up with makeup, because your blouse is white, and every time you walk around and rub on your clothes, it's going to show, it's going to apply and transfer to your blouse. So I don't know if that's practical. I'm just hoping that it's above, where your sleeve kind of ends. Next question is how to apply and the interview process preparing. I think I've mentioned all of those things before. How do I get in? What are the requirements? I've also said that before. The first thing when you're applying, obviously, is your pictures and your resume. Make sure those are tight and you will get through to the interview process. Where do I start? I have answered that too. I'm a Kenyan and when I saw your page, I followed you instantly. I'd like to be cabin crew. Thank you, Mercy. I gave you the information in this video and the other video if you'd like to check it out. On hair issues, is it appropriate to neatly braid my hair? Absolutely. It's appropriate. Braiding, I think dreads are now okay as well. Weaves, it just has to look natural. It just has to look neat and clean. Is the assessment, and cornrows too, you can do cornrows. Is the assessment day same as open day? No. So open day is when you take your CV and your pictures, and then they kind of decide if you're going through to the assessment day. Assessment is when they've already seen your documents and they want to move forward with you. Tips to crack the interview. Just be friendly, smile, be confident, know your customer service language. What else? Let your pictures be on point, let your resume be on point, all of that stuff. Have you considered going back to Emirates? No, I have not. Simply because I'm just at a different place in my life, and so I feel like the job right now, flying and everything, might not be for me, even though maybe with a different airline it could be much more it's doable, but just for me at that time, I don't think that's kind of where I want to go back to. They have asked me if I would like to rejoin, but the answer was no. Okay, I'd like to apply for Emirates next month, but I'm afraid of scars. I think it really depends on where the scar is. Like I said with the previous question, just try, let them say no. Okay, like just shoot your shot and let them say no. How long does it take to get your golden call? It will all depend on how quickly they sort through, how quickly they decide if they want to take you, how quickly they need you. Okay, this one wrote a big word. No, it's just a very long phrase. Okay. If I'm selected for an interview and there's no open day in my country, what happens? If they select you for an interview, they already know where you're applying from because they do ask you to say that. So one is they could be coming to your country, or two, they would probably require you to fly to Dubai if you're able to. But if you're not able to, then it just means you'll miss the interview if they're not coming to your country. Hey, Michelle, does Emirates have recruitment in Africa, especially in Kenya? Yes, they have had before. I was recruited in Kenya, Nairobi. I'm not sure when they will do it next. I'm not sure where they fly to in Africa next. Most of the time, I think they go to South Africa and North Africa. But I'm not sure whether they will come back home soon. How many countries have you traveled to? Sweetie, baby, I don't know. There are too many. I don't know. How much do they pay? I answered that before. How much does aviation school cost? I don't know. Can you become a pilot after being an air hostess? I think I answered all of these. Why am I seeing them again? Okay, hold on. All right, next question. Hello, I hope you're doing good. I would like to know, how can I apply while living in Africa? You can apply online. Doesn't matter where you're living. The problem is, will they come to your country for an open day or an assessment day? Oh my goodness, my mic is giving me trouble today. Okay, next question is, do you necessarily have to have... No, I answered this. Okay, I'll answer it again. Do you have to have a perfect set of teeth? No, you don't. Is a nose piercing allowed? No, it's definitely not allowed. But I mean, you could have the piercing, but take out the nose ring because they don't allow you to wear it. What is the minimum age requirement? I think that would be 21, I want to say. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 21. Due to cultural beliefs, I do not wear skirts. Would it be okay to wear long pants to an assessment day? To an assessment day, it would be okay, right? However, on a flight, Emirates does require you to wear a skirt because that's the uniform for all cabin crew, regardless of your religion, regardless of your beliefs or whatever. You have to wear a skirt just like everyone else. Are there any exceptions? The only people that wear trousers are cabin services attendants. I think that's what that stands for, CSAs. They wear trousers unless it's like an injury that you had on board and you burned your leg or something. I think I saw one person ever, but it's because she had a condition, a medical condition, but not because of your beliefs. They would never agree to that. Okay, do you know when they're coming to Kenya? No, I don't. I really don't. And thank you for telling me that I'm pretty. Thank you. I don't know when they're coming. Emirates the ones who provide transport when your family visits you. You mean the tickets? Yes, they will give you a discounted ticket for your family. I think it's, oh my goodness, how am I forgetting all of these details? I think it's, I want to say it's 90% off. It's an ID 90, I think, or you do get an ID 50. I think for your mom and dad, there's an ID 90, I want to say. I'm not sure. But for your siblings, I think it's an ID 50. Is it a must you go to Dubai so that you can have an interview? No, if they come to your country, you're good. I am a Zambian and my country has no open day. Any suggestions? No, honey, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what to do because I myself got recruited in Kenya. So no, I wouldn't know. I think the best thing would be always just try to apply online. Always just try. You never know, you know. Just don't give up. Apply online regardless of whether they have open days or not. Just send your information through. That's what I did. And they ended up coming to my country. Can you imagine? All right, I live in the USA just with a green card. Will they accept me? You know what? They actually employ people from different parts of the world. You don't have to be American. So your green card only applies to you in the States. But in Dubai, you just come with your nationality. I think she said she's from Poland, somewhere else in my DMs, I think. Or something. Yeah, you just go right ahead and apply. Must I have done a cabin crew course? No. I answered that already. Okay. Oh my goodness, is that the end? I hope so. Hold on, let me just make sure that that is the end of the questions. I know that I had other questions somewhere else, but I just, for the life of me, I can't find them. Okay, wait, let's see. Have I answered this? Thank you so much for your insight and tips. I have an assessment on October 28th, and I will pass it all. You will. Ignacio, you will. Good luck. All the best. Again, I want to join, but they don't hold an open day in Ghana. I want to know how to join. I love your videos. Thank you so much. If they don't have an open day in your country, anywhere in the world, I think the only thing is to apply and hope for the best, that they will one day have an open day. Hey, can you do a video about salary, living in and out allowances, how to join? I will try and do some of these videos. There will be a couple of videos coming through about Emirates. I think I answered most of the things in the first one already, but I will try to do a bit more kind of dedicated videos to all of these different topics. the ones that are big enough to sit down and film something on. So far, I think I've answered most of them. If you haven't seen the other video, please check it out, because it does have a lot of things that I maybe perhaps forgot to say in this one. I think that is all. So let me just walk you through the stages, because I wrote this down. The first thing that you will do is a resume drop off. Okay, so a CV, you will, when you go to register, be on time. The registration and handing of the CV to your recruiter, make sure you look appropriate, make sure your suit or your outfit looks amazing, make sure you smell amazing, and smelling amazing just means take a shower. Really, it's not like you have to have all of these fragrances or whatever, but just make sure you're clean, make sure your nails look clean, your hair looks clean. And then the next thing that you will do after you drop your CV and they retain you to the next level is that you will do a group exercise, which is exercise number 1. And then at this point, I think they decide who goes forth to the next stage with every stage. And then you'll do a reach test where they want to see your height, where you can touch and stuff like that. And then you'll do the second group exercise. So the first one is basically a scenario of, maybe a passenger who was unhappy or a colleague. And then the next one is, the second scenario would be to just check how you work with other people. So the first one will probably check your customer service language, how confident you are. And then the second one will kind of check your interaction with people. Do you cut people off while they're talking? Are you receptive to other people's ideas? Stuff like that. And then from there, they will let you know if you made it to the final interview. And then in the final interview, of course, you'll take a psychometric test, an English test, and then maybe have a one-on-one with a recruiter. Have a one-on-one with a recruiter, and they will ask you questions. It's different for everyone. They want to know if you're willing to move from home. They want to know just different things, your experience, if you've flown before, how it was, just stuff. Yeah, so I think that is the end of the video. I don't think I had anything else. They do give you time to prepare for these scenarios when you're doing the group exercises. I just wrote that down. You're put in large groups, or sometimes you're put in like pairs to answer the questions. So yeah, I think that is all. Again, if you need more information, I will probably do a dedicated video. But for now, please do subscribe to be able to get notified about all of the other videos as soon as they drop. And also to just help my channel and bless me, right? I think I will love you and leave you at this point. I really do hope that this was beneficial, and I will see you on my next one. Good luck if you have an assessment day. Good luck if you have an open day. Good luck as you go to take your pictures and do your resume. Remember, confidence is key, and always pray for your work before you set it forth, whatever it is, whether it's you presenting yourself, whether it's you doing your resume, whether it's you taking your pictures. Pray that God will go before you and He will bless the work of your hands. All right, goodbye. God bless you.